It's your girl Cassie lately, and we are discussing more celebrity news. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. So today we are talking about Angela Yee. Angela just announced on her Instagram that she is leaving the Breakfast Club after about 12 years. I think they aired in 2010. So it's been a while, but she announced on her Instagram that the Breakfast Club, as we know it, is ending. And so I want to get into some of the theories people were saying at first, but what the reality is. And actually, Angela has responded, and Charlemagne and Envy has also responded. So let's get into it. First, when I saw her tweet, she tweeted, "The Breakfast Club, as we all know it, is over," with a little heart. I was like, damn, like, what's going on? Like, is the show getting ready to be scrapped? Because honestly, you know, the Breakfast Club hasn't been making that much noise like they used to back in the day, 2010. Like we all know, it was so many hot moments over the years. You know, the Breakfast Club was like the place to be and the place to stop by when people were going their press runs. But lately, myself, I've been watching more of lip service than the Breakfast Club. So when I saw that tweet at first, I was just like, damn, you know, all good things does come to an end. But then as more things started to come out, it was actually revealed that only Angela Yee is leaving. And once I thought back on it and, you know, like I said, did a little research, I remember when she sat down with the Earn Your Leisure podcast and she actually spoke about some of her contract issues. She said that iHeart tried to issue her like 2 or 3 years with no raise. And they did that while she was on vacation in Turks and Caicos. And that she was just like, no, like I'm worth more than that. You know, they went back and forth, but eventually they ended up making some small changes. But that even during that time when she spoke about it, that she wasn't in her contract and she probably wasn't going to re-sign. So if you can remember that, you know, it's not too shocking that maybe she was just like, you know what, girl, I'm just going to go focus on some more stuff because I ain't got time. You know, it's been a good run, you know, and I want to focus on some more things. So, you know, I'm not too mad at her about that, you know, even though, like I said, I love the chemistry amongst the three. But let's just be honest, like the chemistry between the three had kind of been off for like, you know, a few years.
After all that, you think I'm going to talk to her? Girl, get out of my face.
So everyone was saying, like, you know what? Maybe the tension between Charlemagne and Angela Yee, you know, after the whole Gucci Mane and that whole little debacle a few years ago, that maybe that was the cause. But I feel like even if that was the cause, that would have happened years ago. Like, they probably were never the same. Like, you can tell, like, the energy amongst those two was never the same after that. But I truly believe that it was, you know, had something to do with like just the money. But Angela spoke out this morning actually on the Breakfast Club, and she said that she has her own show, and I think it may be still involving the same people that have something to do with the Breakfast Club, because she said that she spoke to their boss and that she's going to have her own show.
Yes, I'll be basically curating my own lituation.
So she's still going to be doing Ask YEE, the Rumor Report, all of the stuff that she does on the Breakfast Club. She'll just be doing it, maybe like, you know, adding more segments and things like that with her own show. But one thing that I found peculiar was after that, when they started praising her and everyone was saying her kind words, Charlemagne spoke to Angela and had some kind words to say. And girl, Angela's face was just like, okay. She didn't even say thank you. And Charlemagne, like, he gave her flowers. He said congratulations, drop, you know, and she didn't say anything. So it's just like,
Well, congratulations.
I am extremely happy for Angela Yee. Dropping a clues bomb for Angela Yee. I am extremely happy for Angela Yee, and I am extremely happy for the culture of radio, because y'all know behind the scenes how much I scream that radio is taking the personality out of radio. So we aren't building radio stars anymore. But now in 2022, when you have a radio star, a multimedia platform star like Angela Yee, the fact that you're getting 2 nationally syndicated radio shows, that's a big deal. Dropping the clues bomb for Angela Yee.
So the Breakfast Club is not going anywhere.
I don't know. A lot of people were kind of like happy to see Angela Yee go. They was just like, girl, you weren't really doing it for us anyway.
And we've won another battle.
You know, you were messy. You didn't really add anything. And I disagree. Like, Angela kind of brought the research, and, you know, you can tell that she actually did the research, and she would ask about the relationship and the tea and stuff like that, because we know Charlemagne and Envy, they probably didn't care about that. So I did like what she brought to the show. But a lot of people were saying, you know what, we're happy to see her go. Now, I did see a list floating around allegedly from the I Heart, from back in February, that they was actually interviewing some different people, with Remy Ma being at the top of the list, as far as somebody that can replace Angela. So I feel like Remy is a good choice. She is from New York. I don't know if they're going to probably go with somebody that's similar to Angela Yee or somebody that's completely different. Somebody with a more comedic, taste, or what they're going to do. But, they're going to have to shake something up, because like I said, it's so many people now that have their own platforms, so many people that can get news and stories and things like that out on their platforms before a morning show. So they're going to have to come with it. This is pretty interesting. It's going to be super interesting to see how things are going to flow from now on. Angela did say that she has one more month there, so she's not leaving just yet, because somebody was just like, girl, how you just gonna say that and just leave us high and dry? But she responded back to the tweet and said, you know what, I will be there one more month. So that's not bad. Like I said, I barely watch The Breakfast Club nowadays. I be watching so much other stuff, child, but I'm still happy for Angela Yee, and I will be watching and tuned in. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited to see Angela Yee go, or are you kind of sad? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know, when I drop my stories, trying to be consistent, child. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok, Facebook, all of that good stuff, Cassie Lately, and I'll talk to y'all later, child.